Hi everybody, Lori here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have a fun project to share featuring the new Jubilee Collection by the Greetery. I have several products I'm going to be using on this. First up is the Sweetest frame stamp set along with the Sweetest frame dies. Those coordinate together and they make the sweetest frame on your cards. Here is the world's greatest. It's like a trophy die with all these sentiments that coordinate. You could put on a trophy as well as coordinating dies for those words. And then lastly, my favorite is the best bouquet details. This is a gorgeous stamp layering. You could stamp layer your blooms or you could also die cut your blooms. I'm going to be die cutting with a rainbow color. So this is with the back of the packaging. It kind of gives you how you can layer up your stamps. And then you have also the option of die cutting. So first we're starting with the background using the Sweetest frame stamps and dies. So you can choose a larger frame or a smaller frame. And then there's some bows and little details you can add. So first I'm just going to cut apart with my metal snips the two largest frames. So you can really layer these up and use pattern paper or solid color cardstock. You can ink blend, you know the drill. Okay, I'm going to die cut this larger frame out of sea glass cardstock. It's Concord 9th, by the way. And if I don't mention something, I'll have everything linked in my description box. And this is, I believe this is Juniper with the smaller. And I'll layer those two together. It's a nice little mat with a unique edge. Now, the Sweetest frame stamp set gives you a little squiggly wiggly line that you can add for more detail if you so desire. I think I used the Sweetest frame die, stamp and die on every card I made for this release. It's a staple, I'm telling you. If you like to have just a little fun edge to your mat, stamp it, die cut it. It's just a nice one, you know, something to have. Okay, so I stamped that with sea glass ink, I believe. So sea glass on sea glass. It's very subtle. You're not introducing new colors. You're just adding a little something. So I'm using tape runner and I'm going to adhere this Juniper mat onto the sea glass. So there you have your background ready to rock and roll. Now for the world's greatest, for the trophy, I'm using, I believe this is sunflower cardstock. Look at the detail on that trophy. It's amazing. And there's also a stamp detail that you could add for even more, like it looks like it's got that reflection like it's metallic. I noticed some of the design team die cut this trophy out of metallic cardstock. That looks really cool. You could do it out of like gold, bronze, you know, and it gives you that sheen. But I just did flat cardstock and I'm using sunflower ink to stamp the detail. So I'm using my mini Misty here in case I need to stamp it twice to make it nice. And look how it adds just a little something, something. I like it. I'm here for it. Okay, I'll stamp it twice. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. You know, you just never know. You got to feel it. Okay, so there's that trophy. And we're just building this up. Now, there's a lot of different things you can fill the trophy with. I'm filling it with florals. What is this? Best floral bouquet or best bouquet ever? I forget the name. But there's also in the release this like cluster of stars. So you could fill your trophy with stars. You could fill your trophy with cash. That's a great idea for a graduation gift. And fill that trophy with cash. I'm going to fill it with flowers. And so I'm using the die set and it's got, for every bloom, there's two dies. So you can layer up using, again, all Concord 9th cardstock. What do we got here? We've got avocado, poppy, honeycomb, sorbet, grapefruit, wildberry, dragon fruit, and the new Starfruit color, that bright limey. It gives an extra zing. It's like when you add just a little squeeze of lime or lemon on your guacamole. It really wakes it up. Anywho, I'm just using my little place and pierce wand, popping these all out and showing you how they layer up. And then I'll use liquid glue to glue these together. But another thing that would be fun if you want dimension is you can use foam tape and get those blooms a popping. Because dimension is alive. So there we have the, did I say honeycomb? Honeysuckle. honeysuckle cardstock, and I'm layering that with poppy cardstock. Love that. Another fun thing you could do is add a little ink blending to the center of it just to give more vibrancy. Now that I'm looking at that, I'm thinking maybe I should have did it, but I didn't, but it still turned out fantastic. I'll just throw out ideas here willy-nilly. Maybe it'll give you some inspiration. Maybe you already have some floral dies that you could fill the trophy with, but I gotta say this one here is pretty fantastic. It's almost got that roadmap design, you know, where the base, the biggest die, it has the detail in it. So really it's like putting together a puzzle. You know exactly where to put all the pieces because I don't know, that's just what I've heard around town. They call it the roadmap. Maybe that's a Concord 9th term. I'm not sure because they have a lot of those roadmap designs and it's fun. Like it's kind of fun because you know it's going to turn out good. Sometimes when I'm putting together my own floral clusters or floral bouquets, I'm not sure if I'm doing it right. But with this, you know it's going to turn out good because the mastermind, Betsy Veldman, that woman knows what she's doing. Okay? I think we all can agree on that one. I mean, when I made this card, this is no joke. I made this card and I call in my kids one by one and I'm like, look at this. And they were like, wow. And that's what they all said. They were like, wow. And I said, who do you think this is by? And they're like, the Greetery. They knew. See, I've trained them well. My kids know when I make a card and I show it to them, they know. They're like, that's Concord, that's the Greetery, that's Simon Says Stamp. They know. I've taught them well. Okay, so I'm going to stamp a sentiment from the world's greatest. I was starting with the sunflower, I think, or maybe I did Stardust, and I thought I could do tone on tone, but it just wasn't vibrant enough. It wasn't showing up. So now I stamped it with VersaFine Onyx Black ink, and that brought it to life. Another thing you could do is die cut the sentiment, use the coordinating die for the sentiment, and pop it up on your trophy. I've seen some of those in the examples with the design team. They pop up the sentiment, looks really good, adding that extra dimension with your detail. I kept it flat, tape runner on the back of the trophy, and I'm nestling this underneath the floral cluster. Again, you could pop it up with foam tape. Lately, I feel like I'm in my flatter era, and you know, because I'm trying to actually mail my cards, and I like when I have a nice flat card because I know it's only going to be one stamp, and I can pop it in the mail. Like when I get those bulky cards with all the foam tape, I don't know how many stamps to put on it. So then I feel like I got to go to the post office. Bada boom, bada bing. I'm in my flat card era, but I'm loving this, how you can zhuzh up those petals, gives you that dimension without the bulk. Check out the Greetery's new Jubilee Collection. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.